there and welcome back from that break. And it's me, Gloria, together with
Victor.
And we're back with interesting news coming out from Saudi Arabia. And it appears that the country's industrial production has taken a significant hit. And the latest data shows that industrial production in Saudi Arabia shrunk by a staggering 12.2% year to year in August 2023. So this is following with a 9.5% fall in the previous month. What do you have for us, Victor?
Well, of course, this decline marks the steepest drop since April 2021. It is significant and it raises questions about what's driving this contraction.
Exactly, and one major factor contributing to this decline is the persistent constraints in the mining and quarrying sector. This has been a substantial drop of around 19.3%. This sector has been hit hard and likely due to the country's reduction in oil and output in 8 million barrels per day.
Well, and on top of that, we are seeing a declaration in manufacturing with a growth rate of just 4.6% compared to the previous 8.7%. So it seems like multiple sectors are feeling the pressure.
Exactly, and on the slightly brighter note, actually, production of oil did rise slightly, and for electricity and gas supply as well, with a growth rate of around 21.5% compared with the previous 21%. But it's a small silver lining in otherwise the challenging situation.
Well, looking at the month-to-month figures, we see that the industrial output fell by 0.3% in August after a 6.5% decline in the previous month.
Exactly.
So it's not just a year-on-year issue, it's also affecting the short-term trends.
Exactly, and it's a complex situation, Victor, and it's clear that Saudi Arabia's industrial sector is facing some headwinds. Well, we have to keep a close eye on the developments on this one, and we see what implications it might have, not just for the country, but potentially for the broader region, because, I mean, all affects us all.
That is for sure.
Exactly. So we have some other insights concerning the treasury market sell-off due to the bear market of this year. And it appears that we are witnessing the worst bear market in nearly 250-year history of the U.S. bond market.
That is right, Gloria. So according to Bank of America's Michael Hartnett, who recently shared some charts on treasury performance, treasuries have experienced losses of nearly 25% on the total return basis between the market's peak in July 2020 and Halloween of 2022. That is a significant drop.
Exactly, and in this situation, it escalated further in the recent weeks with the yields on long-run duration treasury securities, and such as the 10-year note and 30-year bond reaching their highest levels in over 16 years. This bond sell-off has actually coincided with pressure on the U.S. stocks and creating losses for portfolios and with exposure to both asset classes.
Well, of course, Hartnett described this as the greatest bond bear market of all time, emphasizing that the 30-year bonds have seen losses exceeding 50%, and that is quite challenging for investors.
Exactly.
But now, while this sell-off has been painful for many, there are signs that it might be overdone. So according to Bank of America analysis, treasury prices are starting to look overstretched relative to their 200-day moving average.
Exactly, and it's not watching that the bond market turmoil is also affecting major banks. And we have Bank of America, for example, are reportedly seeing substantial paper losses due to its long-dated treasury and mortgage bond holdings.
And interestingly, while treasury trading was closed on Monday due to a U.S. bank holiday, futures contracts tied to treasury bonds actually rose. So this comes as Hamas incursion into southern Israel over the weekend stoked concerns about escalating geopolitical risk.
Interesting, and that's the wrap-up summary from what we heard from there. And allow us to move to our crypto. as another interesting part of financial instruments. Well, apparently, we had someone who had a mistake of money laundering, and the user had to pay around 1.6 million for crypto traders NFT.
Absolutely. So of course, this of course raises eyebrows, considering that the average price of crypto ads or NFTs usually doesn't exceed 1,000 US dollars. So the deal went down on October 9th on the OpenSea market.
Exactly.
And it involved one of these small, whitey, amphibious creatures from the collection.
And what makes it actually even more interesting is that just 2 weeks ago, this same NFT was acquired for a mere 0.95 Ethereum, and which was roughly around $1,006,000. And at the time, I saw the price skyrocketed around $1,600 to $1.6 million in a very short time span.
Well, that is how, not funny, but that is how jumpy the crypto market or the crypto space is. Prices can skyrocket at any time to really eye-widening prices. But that was, of course, quite a jump. And it is a scenario that begs the question, was this a mistake? Or is there something more to play here, like potential money laundering?
That's a valid point, Victor, actually. So just a substantial actually increase in price in such a short term does seem unusual. Exactly, but it's important to remember that the NFT market can be quite volatile and speculative.
That is exactly what I was trying to bring out. So I wouldn't exactly look at it as money laundering, because this is how crypto and NFT behave. This is not news. They can spike at any moment, they can drop at any moment. So you could perhaps give it a try. So I would want to, of course, these prices are digital assets, and they can easily be influenced by various factors, including hype. Hype.
Exactly, hype.
Rarity, and of course celebrity endorsements. Someone can actually decide to purchase an NFT that is that expensive because a celebrity purchased it.
Put Elon Musk there. And the crypto traders collection, actually, which was launching during the NFT boom in 2021, certainly caught the attention of many. Actually, it reportedly surpassed a trading volume of around 12,000 Ethereum, which was roughly $38 million during its first 10 days on the market. You
can imagine. So it is not uncommon for NFT prices to experience significant fluctuations, but a thousandfold increase in value is something we don't see every day.
Exactly. So that was the wrap up from crypto, and we'll be going straight up into the AI innovation. So apparently today we are going into the exciting world of Microsoft, where we discuss its dual focus on the AI chip innovation and expanding their gaming experience with the Activision Blizzard. Can you imagine?
Well, so Microsoft has been making some really bold moves lately.
Bold moves.
And these two developments are drawing a lot of attention in the tech and gaming sectors.
Exactly.
And you know, these are indeed big dogs when it comes to making money.
Big dogs, these are wolves this time around. Victor, well, when we start with Microsoft's foray into AI chip development, they set up to unveil their first ever AI chip at their annual developers conference.
Yes, Gloria, and this is a strategic move to reduce their dependency on the NVIDIA, a company that has played significant role in the AI space. So Microsoft's chip has been in development for quite some time, and it is aimed at data center servers and powering AI features in their suite of productivity apps.
Yeah, but Victor, it's interesting to see how, note that these USBs has raised concerns about Microsoft's limited access to NVIDIA's GPUs, which could potentially pose challenges in generating AI revenue statements.
That is actually a valid point, Gloria. And let's not forget about OpenAI, which is backed by Microsoft and is also considering the development of its AI chips. So this adds an intriguing layer to the AI chip landscape.
Exactly, and Microsoft is actually entering a domain where tech giants like Amazon, Google have already made their presence felt there, and it's a competitive field in my opinion, and we'll be watching closely to see how Microsoft fares in this one.
Obviously. So shifting our focus to other significant moves by Microsoft, their acquisition of Activision Blizzard for a whooping 69 billion US dollars.
Yes, Victor, this acquisition, if approved, will be the largest deal in the gaming industry. Well, Microsoft is looking to emerge this strong presence in the console market with Activision's iconic game titles included Call of Duty, we have World of Warcraft.
Well, we have seen really impressive charts about these games and how people are really invested in purchasing these games. But
me myself included. These games,
you are into
these
the
games
gaming
are the
industry?
games. These are the games of the decade. I mean, come on.
Obviously. Well, the UK antitrust regulator is set to make a decision on the acquisition by October 13th. So Microsoft had extended the deadline to October 18th to secure regulatory clearance. And it seems like things are moving in the right direction after Activision agreed to divest its streaming rights to Ubisoft Entertainment.
Ubisoft Entertainment is another good one for all the gamers out there that know it. And it's actually fascinating to see how acquisition could reshape the gaming landscape. Microsoft is making a broad move to strengthen its position into the gaming world. And it's interesting to see how this all plays out.
It really is, because Microsoft has a lot of influence. They have the right amount of resources to get into this gaming industry. Because we have seen Microsoft had a slight role it played with Tom Clancy's connection with Sony to make its latest Xbox games, as well as PlayStation. So we are seeing really promising results from moves like this.
Exactly. So that's all that we have from the AI innovation. And we'll be summing this up with something for the metaverse. And today we have an intriguing analysis on the meta platforms, formerly known as Facebook.
So the meta platforms known for its social media dominance, and it has been making waves in the tech world. So despite a recent pause in its stock upward trajectory, there is optimism that it can reach new heights.
Absolutely. And now let's break down why Meta stocks stalled around the $300 mark after being absolutely on a steady climb.
Well, Gloria, one reason could be the need for investors to catch their breath after a strong first half of 2023, because Meta Platforms is constantly evolving with new products and services such as the augmented virtual reality headsets and smart glasses.
Exactly, and those innovations are certainly noteworthy, but we must remember that Meta's course lies in the social media platforms, where we have WhatsApp, Instagram, Threads.
We're seeing Reels among. So, of course, you're absolutely right about that. But what's interesting is that Meta isn't rushing into things. They're carefully considering their strategy, especially when it comes to advertisements. So they're even planning to introduce ad-free subscription options for Facebook and Instagram.
That's clever, Victor. And ad-free subscription not only address concerns about privacy and data collection, especially in regions like the European Union, and almost prevent any revenue stream for the company.
Precisely. Now, another exciting development is Meta Platforms' venture into AI chatbots, each with its distinct personality.
Exactly, and this direct challenge to the AI chatbots like ChatGTP. Meta Platforms has launched chatbots with personalities based on celebrities, and this could resonate around with the Gen Z consumers.
Of course, and like we have been seeing ads of celebrities reinstating Siri's voice as for the Apple officials, and we might see this coming. You might have to talk to a celebrity of your choice as you're deciding to turn your music on, as long as you're within the metaverse space.
Exactly.
So of course it is fascinating to see this AI arms race unfold, and the meta platforms making significant strides in the field. Now the question on everyone's mind is, how long will it take Meta's stock to reach $500 US?
Exactly, Victor. And in the realms of the social media and AI, Meta appears to be unstoppable, apparently. And in the era of ad-free, social media could play right into their lines.
Of course, everyone is looking for ad-free services. Actually, to a point that it got so serious with the whole YouTube side. I think all these tech developers saw the urgent need to actually provide these options of platforms where at least someone can avoid these advertisements in case they feel they do not need them.
Exactly, and so for investors, it is really essential not to be overly concerned about these short-term fluctuations and consolidations in the Meta's stock price. So there are exciting developments ahead and in the fourth quarter of 2023 and beyond.
And with Meta Platforms' relentless pursuit for innovation, we could see that $500 mark in the rear view mirror sooner than we think.
Well, we conclude this discussion with the Meta Platforms, and we have come to the end of our show as of today. We'll be coming back with more updates. Stay tuned into Smart 24 TV. This was Nampijo Gloria Christine together with
Chiberu Victor.
Have a good day.
Smart 24, driving business.